We'll just give this a few minutes while people join us on this live broadcast for VivaMK. So yes, another live broadcast, and as you know, I'm very comfortable not doing live broadcasts. I really enjoy doing them. I enjoy talking to you all because you are the VivaMK network, and there's some of you joining now, but because I'm so blind, I can't even read on the screen who it is that's actually joining us. So apologize that I don't say hello to everybody and wave at you like I've seen other people who do live videos do, but I'll kind of just wave at all of you in my own inevitable way. Anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us for this VivaMK live update. You know, one thing that none of us should ever forget is that we only actually went live with registration on the 25th of June 2018, and it's only the 19th of July today. My point, we've only just started, and you know, we've come so far already. 25th of June, ordering only barely went live last Monday. And as you've seen, you know, with a concept that's so new and so fresh, it's had its challenges. The whole idea of doing what we've done with VivaMK was only originated on the 4th of June. On the 8th of June, I told you at 6 p.m, if you remember, that what was happening, and the rest is history. It seems like it was so long ago now, but it's only been a matter of days since we started all this, and we've already come so far with so many people on board. And one of the most exciting things for me personally is the environment you're creating. You are creating this exhilarating environment where people are supporting each other, they're on each other's sides, and we all, irrespective of who your sponsor or your upline is, we all seem to be on the same side. Now, in all my years in network marketing, I have never, in all my time, seen a collection of people all together working for the same cause, irrespective of vested interests. Now, I have to tell you, I'm not being derogatory about the industry, but that, my friends, is very unique in our industry. I know we are portrayed as an industry that helps each other, that supports each other, but I haven't always seen that happen for one reason or another. I'm never going to be derogatory about any other company, but I'll just talk about ours. It's the first time in my MLM career that I've seen a common cause being acted out by individuals every single day, supporting each other and the business itself. Now, I don't know what businesses you've been involved before or what you're involved with now. To me, that is unique, and I can tell you that after 21 years of being involved in MLM, that it's the first time I've known that unity, that connection, that real camaraderie that so many people, so many companies sing about, but very rarely have. And that's down to you guys. That's down to you. And that's the way I want to keep this business. I want to keep it that we have that camaraderie, that we help each other, that we connect with each other, that we continuously communicate positively with each other. And you know, if we can do that, like I said to you last week, we might be the new kids on the block, but we will be head and shoulders above any other organization out there because we've got that connection and we're building that environment. Now, down to some nitty gritty. That's the Khatkar waffle out the way. Now for some nitty gritty. I know many of you have mentioned that you had these bags, these poly bags in your for your catalogues. Well, the reason some of you had those is because of the timing of the business and the speed we had to get everything together, our suppliers ran out of these ones. So we had to go for these ones. Now, these are a thing of the past now. So if you've still got some of these, you won't get them again. We've had the supplies resurrected of these ones. So you'll all get these. I never knew months ago that I would be doing a live FB talking about plastic bags, but then here I am. You'll be getting these. So today we're going to do a prize draw, of course. And the prize draw is something I launched last week, just to show you that as a small, new beginnings business, we can have prize draws. We can do what we want when we want. So I was going to do a prize draw for anybody who's placed a £150 cumulative order since inception last week. And they were going to go into prize draw. The first 5 names picked out would each win £100 each. Now, okay, so it's not groundbreaking money, but it was just to prove to you that we can do things when we want them without any of that corporate decision making, corporate structure, that we can just decide to do something and go and just do it. Simple as that. Now, MLM, a lot of people were asking about the MLM. You keep asking and I keep telling you the same thing. You know, when we started this whole concept, no software company was quick enough to create the software that we wanted, because it's quite complicated software, and most of them, typically of IT, were giving us 3 to 6 months. The idea was that we'd have it ready around about August time, and that is still on track. So instead of waiting till then is why I introduced the commission-only model, to start integrating with your customers again, show them we can actually supply products, and of course here's some of them behind me, that we can have a constant supply. Because one way we were hurt in our business in the past was that we couldn't always supply demand. Now, in economics, if you can't supply demand, your business is going to fail, because customers aren't going to stick around. So the idea was to show customers, not only have we got this great new business where we've got these great connected people working with us, but we can supply what they want. And my intention right from the start, like I told you, was to give a continuous supply of these base foundation products, and that's what we've been doing. And, you know, I've had some great feedback from you all where you've had 100% fulfillment. Now, for whatever reason, that is not the kind of emails I used to get in past organizations saying thank you for 100% fulfillment. They were quite the opposite. So this interim period, as cumbersome as it may seem to some of you, as disorganized in some ways it does come across, this interim period had to happen the way it is. We're still aiming for August release for the MLM structure, and I will make sure that everybody has it in place. You can all see it and have a full software package behind it, enabling you to do a lot of things within your business that wasn't possible before in respect of communication and structuring of your organization. And it is worth waiting for, and it's no different than when I launched back on the 8th of June, when I told you at 6 o'clock on the 8th of June how things would happen within the organization. And that hasn't changed. You know, I'm not going to get in the habit of making promises, not fulfilling them. So things I say, I will make sure they happen, and I'll only say them when I know they're going to happen. So that has never changed. On the 8th of June at 6 o'clock, I told you there'll be a commission-only model. We'll launch in June. We'll have a commission-only model in July with an interim catalogue, which of course is this one, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then you'll get a full Christmas catalogue in August, alongside, of course, the MLM structure. And that is still all on track, and I'll keep you as updated as possible as the weeks go by. Talking of this catalogue, I mean, just as well I don't listen to opinions, isn't it? Because it's only got 60 or 70 products. And yet, for those of you that are using it and you're giving it to your customers, we're getting some phenomenal results. I have to say, the results I've been surprised by, not because I underestimated the push of our business, but you know, often you're told that you have to have much wider range of products, and we will have that. But to have an interim catalogue with 60 or 70 products, and getting the response we're getting from your customers, and getting the sales we're getting from this A5 catalogue, is absolutely phenomenal. And that just shows the power you have with your customers. That interaction, that communication, that connection that you have is what makes the difference with this catalogue and your customers and the money that we actually make. So, based on that, for those of you that haven't put the catalogue out, If you haven't put it out, I would recommend that you do, because by putting it out, I just think you'll see that not only the business works, but your customers really want it. And most importantly, your customers totally appreciate it. Listen, last week I said to you that we're getting ready in the month of July to have a social selling section to our business, because people keep telling me that social selling, in other words, internet selling or social media selling, is huge out there, and I know it is. So we want to create a selection of products that you can sell through the internet channel, whether it be Facebook or other forms of social media. And that's really important for us, because that is evolution within our business, to be able to offer you some products on the basis of they're gone when they're gone, because you can't have huge quantities of everything, but great products that you can advertise through social media and, sell through your interaction in social media. So tomorrow we'll give you another product. And the reason we're just doing this one product at a time for the time being, because I'm also trying to test what actually happens. So last week we gave you the protection spray, and that, again, for those of you who used it in social selling, it really worked well, and it sold because it was quirky and people really wanted it, because they wanted to spray their furniture not just as a protection, but protection against the sun as well. And of course, in the hottest summer we've had in years, it's a quirky, usable product that people really want. So the one thing that I found in one of my previous companies is that bedding was always a great seller. Why? I suspect because everybody has a bed. That's probably why. Well, most people do. I don't, but most people do. So bedding was always really popular. And I remember we used to shift pallets and pallets and pallets of bedding, as long as it was unique and quirky enough. Because the price point has got to be right and the design has got to be right, enough to entice people to come and buy it. So I'm going to test a new bedding range tomorrow through social selling, through just the internet. It won't be in a catalogue just yet. I just want to see how it goes. So you'll get all the detail at midday tomorrow. You'll get the sizes, you'll get the designs, and of course you'll get the prices that you can then take those images and sell them through social media. So I'll give you a quick glimpse of what the bedding is going to be like. There's two designs. We'll give you the prices tomorrow, but the two designs are, firstly, there's this unicorn design, because people tell me unicorns are apparently very, very popular. So there's this unique unicorn design. Sorry about the reverse writing there, but we've got to get something wrong, haven't we? So there's that unicorn design, and that's going to be a social selling product tomorrow, duvet covers in this amazing unicorn design, because people keep telling me unicorns are popular, so why not give them unicorns? However, that's an existing trend. What manufacturers are telling me is that there's up and coming trends in bedding, and one of them is on the other side of this, apparently an up and coming trend. Now, I've not often had an elephant in my bed, but apparently having an elephant on your bed is very, very, very up and coming trend. So that is our up and coming trend for a duvet. Now, this doesn't really do it justice, so we'll have some proper pictures of this on social media by email tomorrow. You'll see it on our site. So we'll have some proper high resolution pictures, but apparently that design, and I think you can just about see it there, that design there, according to manufacturers, is going to be huge this summer and through the autumn. Now that could well be what we call a trending design, whereas the unicorns are already trending and people are already into them for some bizarre reason. Apparently elephants are going to be huge. That's not a joke. They're actually going to be huge where sales and demand are concerned. So if you and your customers like the idea of an elephant on your bed, well, we'll have them available tomorrow at midday in multiple colors and sizes. So look out for that email. That goes live tomorrow. So where I want to be by the end of this month is have a whole selection of products that are either trending, they're good price points, or they're unique. So 3 areas where social selling really, really works. Uniqueness, pricing, what was the third one? Anyway, my point is social selling products are very powerful in our business, and I think those will work really well. Let's see how it goes. And if something really does go well, and it really does sell well, we'll then ultimately put it in the catalogue. It's a great test for us, so midday tomorrow. So on to our prize draw. So we're going to pick out 5 names from this box, this very shiny box that I've got here. Pick out 5 names of all those 5 people will of course get £100 each. Now, not the biggest prize in the world, but just to show we can do what we want, when we want it, how we want it. So I'm going to introduce you to one of my fellow directors who's going to dip a hand into my shiny box and pull out the winners. Sarah, if you'd just like to come and say hello to the VivaMK
Hi everyone.
distributors.
Hi.
This is Sarah Lord, one of my fellow director.
Fantastic to meet you.
And if you would do the honour and just put the box there so they can see the shininess of it. And if you can pull me out a name, please. Just give me a name. Let's see who this name is. Okay. Thank you very much. It's a very shiny box, isn't it? Frank Devine, or Devine. Frank Devine is the first one. And the second one?
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
And that is Mick Coxedge. It's going to be reversed right now. There's Mick Coxedge, and there's Frank Devine. Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you very much. Number 3.
This
and
is
it's
so exciting.
Janet Lyle. It's in reverse right now, but you can see it's Janet Lyle. I just spoke to you this morning, didn't I, Janet? Number 4. Tom Forbes. Yes, Mr. Forbes, you. Thank you for putting your orders in. And one last one, please, Sarah. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the last one is Alan Bazin. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Sarah, for helping.
Thank you, everyone. It's been fantastic. Many exciting things ahead.
They are indeed, and we can't even tell all about them yet, can we? Thank you, Sarah. And you'll be seeing a lot more of Sarah in the coming weeks as a fellow director who not only believes in what we're doing, but, you know, it's so amazing to work with a company that understands what we're doing, understands where we want to get to, believes in the power of the network, which is probably the most important point there. So 5 winners there will get you all your £100. Thank you for putting your orders in. Thank you to everybody that's put their orders in. You know, it's not that I was pessimistic or anything like that. I was quite optimistic of how our business was going to go, but it's exceeded all expectations, far and beyond. But the exciting thing is all the plans that we have in place that I can't wait to reveal to you in the coming weeks. Things like the MLM structure. You know, I want it to be the best MLM structure you've ever seen. Just like you've got the best commission structure already on the front end sales for retail. I told you that we'd have the retail is king business. There is not a retail structure out there in MLM today that pays what we do on front end retail commission. That's because right on the 8th of June, I told you retail is king. If we don't sell product, we don't have a business. So all that matters is retail in this business. It matters so much. So retail is king. So today we offer the greatest retail commission. And that MLM structure that I'm aiming for around about the 3rd week of August, I want it to be the best MLM structure you've ever seen, which allows you to do whatever you want. You can either retail and have strong income from your retail, or you can team build, or you can do both. It's about choices, ladies and gentlemen. I said to you, one of the most important things about VivaMK was to give people the choice, because we're a people business. Therefore, you should have that choice. I want it to be known forever as the people's choice and the people's business. And if we can maintain that environment, and if we can maintain that goodness that we have in our organization today, just good people, doing the right thing, then we could probably end up with the greatest MLM this country has ever seen. I'm not talking about size. No one cares about size. All they care about is how much you care. And that's really important. Size is largely irrelevant, unless of course you have an elephant on your bed. That's something completely different. Size is largely irrelevant. What I want to be is just the one that's revered for being the best, for giving the most choice, revered for looking after people, revered for valuing people. So many out there say they're going to do that, but they just don't manage it. So let's be the one that's revered for goodness, revered for connection and communication, revered as the real people business. We've already showed you that in handsomely rewarding front-end commission. I want to do the same with the MLM structure, and I think you will be very, very pleasantly surprised when you see the structure and you see the back office in operation. The software for it will be phenomenal. It's no wonder it's taken them 3 months to program it, but it will be worth the wait. So thank you for listening. Thank you to our winners. Look forward to seeing more details about our duvets tomorrow. It's a great test for us to see how social selling works for the VivaMK network. If we can constantly get you products that are not only quirky, but have good price points and are probably in some cases trending, because we're going to try and create a trend with that, then we're on the right page. And the more we can do that, the more products I can give you, quirky products that people really want. Not products we can necessarily put in catalogues, because you don't always have millions of quantities, because I want to maintain our high availability rate, and you can't always do that with trending and quirky products. So ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for a brilliant week. I can only keep thanking you for the phenomenal support that each and every one of you, not just giving me, but the organization, but most importantly, the support you're giving each other. I've never known anything like it in all my years in MLM. I've worked in numerous companies. I've consulted for numerous companies. And I've never known it before. I don't care which company you're working for otherwise. I'm telling you that this is the one where I want to be revered for the company that truly values people, not just has it as a mission statement, but really actually goes out and does it. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch up very soon, no doubt. Thanks for everything.